Howdy folks, did you like that intro? Let's all give a big thanks to Darian DelFord for giving me that amazing intro, and in his honor, I'm going to do this Borul versus Annarkidorf replay. So yeah, round of applause for Darian DelFord, because that was a fantastic intro. So Borul is, I believe, Deca, who uses his Borul account as his quote-unquote non-lamer pure nature deck, where he doesn't use Shrine of Memory or Energy Parasites, and wins basically with like micro alone. Annarkidorf, I don't know who this player is, but I've seen him on a couple other replays, and I don't think y'all will have seen Annarkidorf show up yet because this replay is I'm posting it way ahead of schedule because I need to give Darian DelFord his shout out for doing that fantastic intro. He worked very hard on it, so Darian DelFord, you need to make like a post on the forums so I can give you a bunch of rep. So anyway, we've got the tier 1 positioning here, and Borul comes out with his Swift Claw attacking Annarkidorf. I don't think this is going anywhere. Yeah, and here's a Light Blade. That'll finish off the Swift Claw. I'm not sure that I agree with the Light Blade though. Generally speaking, a War Eagle would have been better. Also, note that Borul is tier 2, and if he was playing Energy Parasites, it would be a very easy step to just pop over here and give a suck from the well. So it's very good for Annarkidorf that Energy Parasites are not a thing in this account from Deca. We see people welling up. So yeah, just a little bit of positioning around. Let's speed it up a smidgen. And we see some Spirit Hunters over here. They're coming to take this well. Personally, I would have made Burrowers. Because Burrowers are swift. But now that I think about it, War Eagles sort of munch on Burrowers, and Spirit Hunters are going to be quite useful in the matchup. So it's probably better that, actually, of course it's better. Borul's a better player than I am, so take his word for it that the Spirit Hunters is a better choice than the Burrowers. Yeah. Also, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing that Borul's Swift Claw died, because it was a tier 1 unit. It's not so useful in tier 2, especially with the War Eagle. So it dying early just allows him to convert that into Void Power just a little bit faster. Yeah, Energy Parasites would be so strong right here. But Annarkidorf probably seems to realize that Borul does not have Energy Parasites in his deck because he's very brave. Spirit Hunters looks like they're going to die. So maybe Spirit Hunters was not the best choice. I don't know. Okay, now it looks like they'll survive. And we see another well here taken. So 4 wells apiece for everybody. The thing with this is that, well, I don't know what Annarkidorf's tier 3 is, but generally speaking, in my opinion, tier 3 with 2 Frost Orbs is the strongest tier 3 in the game. So, in my, this guy I think does the damage reduction, but so in my opinion, this guy's already set up to have the strongest tier 3 in the game, so he probably benefits from having a lot of power in tier 3. So, to me it seems like Borul might rather go offensive than well up all the time, but I'm not sure how much of a choice he's got. He's defending here. Good scream. Spikeroot looks like he's about to die. Well, yeah, he dies. So I'm curious to see how Borul will defend this. Parasite Swarm is great against Frost, because it kills War Eagles, but it's also useful to kill Light Blades, so it'll take care of him fairly quickly. Another pair of Spirit Hunters, another squad of Spirit Hunters to kill this guy faster and let these Parasite Swarms come over here and take that Eagle out. And we see a Storm Singer because he doesn't want that. He gets the shard off and these guys drop. And the War Eagle comes over here. I'd expect to see an Oink. There we go. So this War Eagle will die unless he could use Ice Shield. But he probably wants the War Eagle to die because otherwise the Parasite Swarm will take it over. Ice Shield on the Storm Singer. But Parasite Swarms are M counters, and they actually have pretty good DPS. 780 is not bad. I mean, it's not good for how much power it costs, but Parasite Swarms are for other things. My point is just that they're not bad M counters. So yeah, it looks like I think Annarkidorf has one more well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind, they're even. Alright, yeah. 2 here versus 2 here. Then we see more War Eagles and Dryad to reduce the damage and maybe get some CCs off. Because if he can CC this and let Parasite Swarms take over the Drake, that's a very strong position. I'd expect to see another Parasite Swarm. That would probably force a freeze. But Borul's not doing it, I guess because he knows this Parasite Swarm's getting out. And he's choosing not to take it over, I guess because it's very close to being dead. Or perhaps he just thinks it would be a little bit lame to take it over. I don't know. Ask a better player than me. My guess is just that the War Eagle was almost dead, and Borul was just like, nah, I don't need that. We see a tier 3 from Annarkidorf. This is a little bit of a panic move, I think. Because that's going to allow this to just come in and start chewing up everything. Alright, so he's setting up straight here in a line to go this way. And he also is forcing tier 2 spawns from Annarkidorf. If I were Annarkidorf, I would just ignore it. Because I've already committed to going tier 3. I would say that these guys are probably going to drop. So I would just let the damage get done and try and bomb somewhere else. But that's a very Fire Nature approach to life. If you're being attacked, just like get attacked and hit back somewhere else. Another reason I don't agree with the tier 3 move is because Parasite Swarms can take over these guys, right? Like, it's actually power efficient for Parasite Swarms to take over Silverwind Lancers. We see a Mauler. I have no idea why. Maybe Ghost Spears are not in this deck? And, okay, so Borul takes a woe. Or I guess he's just preparing in advance for the Tremor. And the trade gets off. Yeah, Borul is very much ahead. He's up a tier, but Annarkidorf is up a tier. Borul's down a tier. But it really doesn't make that much of a difference, especially because he has a power advantage. So he can afford to just Parasite Swarm swap with everything. And these Silverwind Lancers should actually kill the Tremor. So it's okay. And he's not pushing the offensive. He could, but maybe, I don't know. These guys are sitting here doing nothing. They should come over here and hit something. Same with these guys. Perhaps he's more concerned about defense. But, okay, there he comes. So when Lancers, it's 3 Frost Tiers, by the way. I don't really know why somebody would play 3 Frost Tiers, except for a little bit of security. Which is, ooh, and this barely survives. So yeah, we'll see another Silverwind Lancers to finish this off. I'm sure this will drop. Yeah, there he goes. But meanwhile, this is gonna all die. Heals would be very nice. You don't want to split up your attack between several nature units. You want to, like, focus one and kill it. Alright, it drops. Annarkidorf is back down to tier 2. And Borul still has this huge army. And I think he's gonna run over and take over everything, especially with this Tremor. So now, yeah, this well dropping means almost nothing. So Borul doesn't need to be worried. He still uses Parasite though, and his Venom. Okay, he wants these guys dead. But yeah, it's gonna drop. But right, it really doesn't matter because Borul is effectively tier 3 because he's got tier 3 units. No deal. Okay, the oink. This guy still drops though, so perhaps the heal would have been better. This guy will still pound away at this well. Oh, I didn't catch what happened. But, Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch what happened. It appears to have lived. I can't imagine how. Maybe he died and he rebuilt it. We've got good split attacks going on over here, here, and here. This one finally drops. And I suspect this replay is about to be over. I still don't know why the Mauler is here. But yeah, very good, very good. Great job by Borul. So, Darian DelFord, here's my tribute to you. Howdy guys, we're going to show off another Pure Nature matchup. This time, Spirit of the Abyss versus Griffy. So, Spirit Hunters. Tree Spirit, that's kind of gross. Okay. I hope Spirit wins. I'm pretty sure he will because I've heard of him and I've never heard of Griffy. But this is a continuation of my tribute to Darian DelFord because I figure he's worth at least 2 replays. Maybe 3. I don't think I have time tonight to do 3, but at least 2. Definitely more than 1. So we see Spirit coming in against the Tree Spirit. He doesn't take the well. I don't know if this is because apparently he doesn't want an inner well. So apparently I guess he wants to be very aggressive against Griffy. I feel like the Tree Spirit personally offends him. Alright, Tree Spirit. Swiftclaw coming over here. Tree Spirit takes a well, and Swiftclaw takes a well. Still the Tree Spirit roaming around. A little bit gross. We see a tier 2 immediately. So, yes, looks like a punish is about to happen. So, this tier 2 was premature. Yeah, this guy's getting away. And maybe it will live. Actually, it might. It's kind of hard to say. Spirit, you better pull this through. Okay, it drops, and he goes for the well. Not the orb. It looked like he was going for the orb for a second. This guy's gonna get slept immediately. More Dryads. Dryads are very good for the damage reduction, and the Stone Tempest will knock units around, but he doesn't have, like, an amazing attack for being an M counter that costs 110 power. And the Griffy is going to be a little strapped for power because of this. So it looks like this, yeah, it looks like this is going to drop. Maybe a Kobold Trick will save it. Oh, he has no power at all. Yeah, there you go. Premature tier 2, and you get punished for it. So maybe Griffy could have pulled this out, and Stone Tempest was just not the best counter, but it's definitely Stone Tempest is definitely not the best counter, and I'm inclined to believe that the tier 2 rush was premature, and that it didn't really matter what kind of attack he used. He couldn't have gotten away with the tier 2 that fast. So I'm one of those players, apparently like Griffy. Griffy looks like he's very much copying Aragorn's deck, although with Stone Tempest, which Aragorn didn't use. Griffy appears that he doesn't want to have a long tier 1 fight. This heal I don't think was useful or good. Yeah, because it looks like these guys are still dead. But as I was saying, Griffy appears to be wanting to avoid the tier 1 fight, which I can respect because, especially when I was a less experienced player, I knew that I would lose a tier 1 fight to better players all the time. So my hope was that I would just play better tier 2 where there's more chances. So I definitely respect that, but there's a way to avoid a tier 1 fight, and that way is not to immediately go tier 2. Okay, yeah, good Hurricane to save this swap. But, this guy should come over here. Nah, I guess I'll wait a second. There's also the Oink. I disagree with that. The problem is that these guys are gonna be... He's got nothing else to kill them. So the Stone Tempest will get a shot off and kill them. Also, Rogue and Kill. Yay, Rogue and Kill. He's one of my favorite cards. Yeah, so the Stone Tempest retreats. These guys survive. This guy's dead. Right? Yeah, he's dead. Alright, so Spirit, you've got a good advantage. Um, make good on your good advantage and whoop this tree spirit user. For me and Darian DelFord, who this is a tribute for. Let us not forget. Let's give like another round of applause for that amazing intro. Make sure to give him lots of love in the comments below. We see Razor Shards. I also have like a personal vendetta against Razor Shards. And I don't know, Razor Sharding into roots is kind of counterintuitive because the Razor Shard knocks back, but the roots prevents things from getting knocked back. But he's also out of range, so I could see it happening. Hurricane to stop the swap. The swap on the Razor Shard would mostly be to just get him out of the way. Especially because Spirit knows that he's up on power, so he can afford to waste power in some small ways like this. These guys die. I think because of the Spirit Hunters. So here's Rogan wailing away, a heal will save him. And we see a root nexus. That's interesting. I don't see them very often. So it looks like Spirit is like hardcore into this pure nature root deck, which probably means he doesn't have energy parasite and Shrine of Memory. Another principled nature player. I don't actually think Shrine of Memory and energy parasites are overpowered, but I also played fire, so they're not overpowered against fire. We see two root nexuses. That's because they give different buffs. This guy, I believe, heals them. Yeah, they regenerate 2% of their life every second, and this one makes them take less damage, right? Yeah, they take less damage. So this guy's just buffed, which is pretty good for like 60 power. He's got some healing and some damage reduction buffs. Also some damage buffs from Rogan. Looks like this tree spirit is just gonna like, yeah, looks like this is good. A strong offensive outpost. By the way, notice that this is like a very aggressive position. I've seen some people who think that a root deck is defensive, and that's really not the case. A defensive root deck is not going to get you anywhere, or if you play it defensively, you need to play it offensively like this, right? Use the root network's campiness as like an offensive camp instead of a defensive camp. We've got defenders here. I haven't talked about why they're here and why they shouldn't be, but they shouldn't be here. Oh, and did he just heal those? So don't heal your defenders. I mean, I guess they're worth more power than a heal, but like, yeah, don't use defenders. Like, just don't use them. Especially as L counters, because they do basically no damage. You can see that the healing and damage reduction from this is making it so he's taking no damage. Rogan CCs. Looks like he was not in range of this. But it did prevent the Razor Shard from attacking, so it seems okay. The Living Tower is here to boost his attack. I'm not super familiar with how the root works, but to me it seems like it may have been better just to make like a tier 1 tree spirit sit back here and, oh, I'm gonna get hate for that statement. But to me it seems better to make some tier 1 tree spirits that cost less power that just sit here and add to the root network. But it's probably a principal thing. So yeah, this drops, units are dead. Looks like Spirit is gonna take this. Griffy's got a lot of power. You should have been using it earlier, and the game ends. Alright. Good job, Spirit. Once again, let's give a great round of applause to Darian DelFord.